Embarrassing how many books I have to haul today. I have over 40 books to haul today. These are all books I have acquired, been gifted, purchased in 2017. So these are all of the books I've bought in 2017 and acquired in 2017, but it's over 40 books. Enjoy my ridiculously large book haul. However, if you are new here, you should definitely subscribe because I post new bookish videos every Sunday and some other days in between there. And I would just love if you joined the family. And if you enjoyed this video and if you love book hauls, give this video a thumbs up. I can't even hold a fraction of these books in my arms. Let's just begin. Like I said, these are going to be in no particular order. I'm just gonna grab a book off the floor or the bed, wherever they may be, and show them to you. Don't expect a lot of details because 40 books. First, I have The Disreputable History of Frankie Lloyd Banks. This is what I've heard is a very feminist and fantastic book by the author of We Were Liars, which is one of my favorite books. I read it in 2014, I think, whenever it came out, and I absolutely adored it. A somewhat beloved book by the same author. I'm so on board. Also found on super sale was Challenger Deep by Neal Shusterman. I've never read a Neal Shusterman book, and when this won the National Book Award, I found this for like $2. Also picked up Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta. I've heard nothing but good things about this book. I hear it's like a sad contemporary and I like those, so I was on board. Plus I've heard lots of good things. I found a super cheap box set with these really pretty covers of the Shiver Trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater, who is one of my favorite authors. This is not her like most beloved series, on BookTube at least, but I've heard good things about it still, so I picked it up. And this consists of book 1, Shiver, book 2, Linger, and book 3, Forever. And it did come in a cute box set. I picked up A List of Cages by Robin Rowe. I found this for super sale. I heard such amazing things about it and just had to get my hands on it. Also picked up What Light by Jay Asher, who is the author of 13 Reasons Why. This book came out in like December or November. I love Jay Asher. 13 Reasons Why was one of my favorite books. It's his new book and it's the first book he's sole authored in like 10 years since 13 Reasons Why came out, so I just had to get my hands on it. Also recently picked up How to Make a Wish. This is by Ashley Herring Blake, and I've heard this is a very good, diverse contemporary, but what really sold me on it is that it has, from what I've been told, really good biracial rep, and I've been meaning to read more books with biracial protagonists or characters within them, which I have told you guys about on my channel since like January. That's been one of the things I've been trying to do this year. Out of all of the books I've picked up in the last, what, 5-6 months, this is the one I'm most disappointed in myself for buying. And it's A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I don't know why I bought this because I haven't read the first 2 books yet. I also was gifted Extremely Loud and Incredibly Close by Jonathan Safran Foer, which is a lot of people's favorite books and follows a 9-year-old, a young child who has lost his father in 9/11. I also found a really cheap copy of the paperback of Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ning. This is a book I've heard nothing but fantastic praise about. It's a lot of people's favorite books and it's a floppy paperback, and I was just immediately sold when I saw it for like $4, because when I find a book for like $4 or less, I just really get excited and I buy it, which is what happened when I found most of these books. Also found a super cheap and incredibly good condition of The Bell Jar, so I just had to pick it up because it's The Bell Jar. I've also been super into historical fiction lately, so I picked up a copy of Wolf by Wolf by Ryan Godden. This is an alternate history where the Axis powers won World War II, and this is kind of about a girl trying to assassinate Hitler. And then I found both of Ruta Sepetys' other works that I don't own on super sale. So I picked up a copy of Between Shades of Grey and Out of the Easy. I've also been meaning to read this book for so long, and I found a copy of it for super cheap, and that is Dangerous Girls by Abigail Haas. And this is like a YA thriller, and I've just heard nothing but like 5-star glowing reviews about it, and I love me a thriller, so I picked it up when I found it on sale. I also found a copy of It's Kind of a Funny Story by Ned Vizzini, and I have been wanting to read this book for years and years now. And I found this copy at a used bookstore on the same day Emma Books was talking about this book on her Snapchat story, and I was just like, meant to be, have to buy it. I also have some books I got through subscription services. So we'll start with Book of the Month. I have The Animators, which is about female animators in a mostly male-dominated industry. I have Exit West, which is about a couple in a speculative fiction story where their world is at war and they find themselves on the opposite sides of the war. I have One Day We'll All Be Dead and None of This Will Matter, and this is a collection of short stories. And I have Since We Fell, which is a fiction thriller, I believe, about a journalist, and you say thriller and you say journalist, and I'm in I also received the February uppercase box, and included in that was By Your Side by Casey West. And then I did purchase the April and May OwlCrate boxes, and in April was The Upside of Unrequited, and in May was Eliza and Her Monsters. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I also picked up the song Rising by Samantha Shannon. This was a pre-order, and this is the special edition hardcover that will match all the other editions. The Bone season is one of my favorite currently ongoing series. I just really enjoy the world it's set in and the main character. I do not enjoy the relationship or the problematic aspects that are within the story. However, the story came to me at the right time in my life, and I continue to enjoy and love it. So I picked up The Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor because this is the only book in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy I didn't own. Finally had the opportunity to get it for cheap, so I purchased it because first book is pretty crucial in reading a series of books. I also picked up some Harry Potter books. Included in that is the script for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, as well as the 3 books that are in the Hogwarts Library. And that is Quidditch Through the Ages, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and Tales of Beetle the Bard. We are nearing the end. So when I left my old job, I was given a copy of We Are the Ants by Sean David Hutchinson. I had mentioned that I wanted to read this book, so one of my coworkers purchased it for me, which was super sweet. Then I have 2 books that Manny purchased for me. We have Marissa Meyer's Wire and Nerves, which is the graphic novel that is in the Lunar Chronicles series. He walked in and was like, she doesn't own this, that's weird, I'm gonna buy it for her, which was super sweet. And then he recently went on a trip to Texas for school stuff, and he went into the Book People and found a signed copy of The Inexplicable Logic of My Life by Benjamin Hilary Sands. And Benjamin Hilary Sands wrote Aristotle and Dante Discovered the Secrets of the Universe, which is one of my favorite books, and Manny is aware of that, so he did pick up this signed copy of the book for me, which is super sweet. Target has recently been doing this thing where they've been releasing new releases in paperback, so I'm all about that because I love paperbacks, and paperbacks are cheaper, but I also just genuinely prefer paperbacks. So that was exciting. So when I found these 2 exclusive paperback new releases at Target, I just had to pick them up. One is Alex Approximately, and the other is the One Memory of Flora Banks. I was excited for both of these. One Memory is signed, which is really cool. I also have a book that Manny purchased, and is technically Manny's, but it is housed on my shelf with all of our other graphic novels. I always haul these books when new ones come out, and that is Saga Volume 7. We've got Vicious by V.E. Schwab. This is going to be my first Schwab book, and I'm currently reading it, and I'm enjoying it, but I'm not very far in. I'm like 60 pages in, but so far, really good. I also have All American Boys, which is very similar to another book I have, which is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. Both of these books deal with the racial tensions and police brutality, and I've read and beloved The Hate U Give, and I'm really excited to read All American Boys. Actually, the first book I purchased this year was Night Film by Marisha Passel. This is a heavy book. This is also a copy that is really hard to find because I think they've discontinued this edition or something, but it's super hard to find, but I did find it for like $4 or $5. I think it was $5, but I'm really excited because thriller, journalist, and multimedia. I've already mentioned that I like 2 of those things in a book a lot already in this haul. And then you got multimedia aspects, and I'm just like sold. I just hauled 41 books, and I'm so tired. I know, my hair has gone kind of crazy during the course of this video, but I am tired, which is why I sped through. Also, 41 books, I'm not going to give you descriptions on each of them because that would be a very long video. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. You should comment down below and let me know what your favorite book you've purchased in the last few months or year is. My favorite book that I purchased in the last few months is The Hate U Give by Angie Thomas. It was so good. So good. And that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. I think I mentioned these things in the beginning of the video, but we're going to mention them here too. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.